we see that PDP and the BJP alliance's past is seen by the people of Kashmir as a betrayal of their hopes. How do you see even the role that BJP played during the abrogation of Article 370? How are you going to gain the ground?
If you remember, there was an all-party delegation which reached to the doors of Hurriyat leaders, including Gilani Sahab, and they refused to engage with them. There was an interlocutor appointed who talked to almost everybody in Kashmir, and there was a ceasefire held done between army and militants by Mahabubaji, and then there was amnesty given to 12,000 stone pelters by Mahabubaji government. So she made every attempt. As a chief minister, she wrote letters to all Hurriyat leaders to be part of it, and that the agenda of alliance was to engage with the stakeholders who are part of democratic process and also not part of democratic process. The agenda of alliance was aimed on resolution of the pain, trauma, anger and dissent in Jammu and Kashmir. It was not an alliance meant for power, for chief ministership, for government. This had a larger objective. We thought there is a mandate in the country and they will talk to the people of Kashmir. There has been endless wait, and there is an attempt where the country will engage with people of Kashmir. We made efforts, and few of them I counted, but there was no response from other side, so it's a complex problem, but we made an effort, and I think people are understanding that the PDP's intention of forming an alliance with engaging government of India with the Prime Minister was to heal people.
You said Miss Mufti tried to reach out to the particular sector of population, be it the separatists or the terrorists. That is why now we see that the BJP is alleging that the PDP is turning to those people, to those candidates who have been the part of erstwhile Hurriyat. How do you react to that?
I think our objective, we live in a country where there are laws. So any under trial is allowed. Sadhvi Pragya has a terror case against her. She's a member of parliament. So BJP has to set same system. And even if you call them militants, separatists, OGWs, whatever definition we may give them, they're our people. They're part of our society. We want Kashmiris to give up violence. We want Kashmiris to give up stones. We want Kashmiris to give up anything that is violent and be part of a democratic process. There's no other way to integrate people except making them feel part of a political process, and that's the whole idea why Mufti Saab created People's Democratic Party in 2002, that there was dissent. In 1987 there was a historic blunder. A mandate was denied to the people of Kashmir, and Muslim United Front, the elections were rigged, and that's what escalated the whole violence in Jammu and Kashmir. This is an attempt to streamline, to mainstream dissent. We have not fielded any specific terrorist militant, but even if there are people who want to vote, I think they have a constitutional right, unless you change the whole constitution. So this is an attempt to also, what happened in 87 should not be renewed again. Yeah.
Now we see that when it's a known fact silently in South Kashmir, Jamaat-e-Islami would vote for PDP. But then now the Jamaat-e-Islami, some of them are also in the fray. Will it impact the vote bank of PDP?
I think PDP has always believed that Jamaat-e-Islami in Jammu and Kashmir is a part of greater solution, not part of problem. There are some misunderstanding about Jamaat-e-Islami. It's a social-religious organization. They work on education, they work on religion. In Jamaat-e-Islami, rest of India, they are completely mainstream. So in Kashmir, they have been pushed to wall, and that's what 1987 did. It pushed Jamaat-e-Islami into violence. So it was a government mistake, it was a state mistake, it was a national conference mistake. At that time, had we not done it, you would not have 100,000 graves in Jammu and Kashmir today. So I think we need to introspect, all of us, if we want betterment of people. It's a good step. Let Jamaat come, let them participate. I'm sure if they would have opted PDP mandates, Mahabubaji had willingly supported them, because the idea is about assimilation of anger. So we have to, if as people we want Delhi to talk with other countries, we have to talk within ourselves as well, and also find that this is a democratic space. This is not a non-constitutional anti-India space. So what they are fighting in is a pure democratic space, and they have every right to be part of it.
Do you believe the Pakistan interference in Kashmir have drastically reduced in Kashmir politics post-abrogation?
I think Pakistan looks very miserable in its own problems in many ways, and right now what's happening with Pakistan politics, it's very busy inside dealing with Imran Khan and all these things that we are following on social media. So I don't see right now there is any interference anywhere. Like, we are operating on our own suo moto, and there's not that interference.
But do you agree there was an interference of Pakistan before the abrogation?
I think in some ways, like, there was always a factor, there was a narrative that narrative used to be there in elections as well. But just maybe the internal things, what's happening there, they're engaged themselves or whatever reason. But right now on ground, the narrative in Jammu and Kashmir is more directed towards New Delhi. There's silence, there's anger, and there's also a wait for like restoration of civil liberties, rights, constitutional rights, and people want to end this vacuum. People want to end this fear. People want to end this suffocation that has been there because of a bureaucratic rule for 5 prolonged years.
Has the Azadi sentiment lowered in Jammu and Kashmir?
I don't have that, set of thermometer to gauge it. But right now, when we are engaging, we're talking about governance issues,
You
constitutional.
have been fighting independently. Will it impact PDP? And then how is PDP going to form the government when you don't have much numbers at many constituencies? You could not field the candidates.
Everyone, including Engineer Rashid, Jamaat Islami, PDP believes, even Mahabbaji has been consistently saying it. Everybody has a right to participate in an election process. Umar Saab today said, they are fielding a candidate from jail. I think every jailed person or person who's outside has a democratic right. How can you deny space to someone? We are nobody, even if they may, defeat us tomorrow. But they have every right to be part of process. If we want solution to Kashmiri pain, problem, anger, jails, then we should welcome this step, even if it's at the cost of weakening us. But what I'm saying is that given the parliament results, whatever experiments were done, A, B, C teams, they have not delivered to the expectations of people or to the who were their owners. But I think PDP is reviving, and PDP's leadership has maintained a consistent stand that's somewhere making a ripple effect in Kashmir.
Since you are claiming that PDP will form the government, do you believe that it is important that the PDP will be talking to the terror affected families or the terrorist families? Will PDP do that?
I think we're clearly we are seeking a solution to the pain, anger. We are seeking a solution to the pain, anger, anxiety, and conflict in Jammu and Kashmir. The law of land allows integration of people, disintegrated people, even if they are militants, rebels. In Assam, Government of India is doing an Assam peace accord. We're not saying you leave criminals. We're not saying you leave killers. What we are saying is there are young people who should, first-time offenders, who deserve amnesty of any sort. The Government of India should have compassion. This is not an enemy territory. We are people of India. We are people of this country. We have every right to seek constitutional safeguards. We have every right. I think there has to be a national reintegration program and reconciliation program on Jammu and Kashmir. We are in favor of that. We are in favor of peace, reconciliation.